Alright, here we go. Are we ready? So I think I need to probably make a distinction. I'm gonna put a tier above S and I'm gonna call it the pick ban tier. In that, like, you have to pick or ban these heroes. Must. It's a must. You're gonna make it blue. So pick ban, I mean, whatever. Yeah, that could just stay there for now. Alright, Adam Warlock. This hero, I think he's I don't know. I need to hold on. I need to pull up my old tier list.
I think Luna's defensive ult is like probably.
Shut up, Necros. Get out of my head. I'm gonna look at my tier list and then I'll like compare it. And then I'll see if I change my mind. Alright, Adam Warlock, where did I put him? I put him in like low A. I still kind of agree with it. Like, I don't think he's quite on par with Mantis and Luna or even Cloak, but he's pretty good. Like, he's a good hero. He's got like he's pretty hard to take down. Like, theoretically he should be the hardest support in the game to take down because he has 2 instant heals and his soul bond thing, which obviously makes him unkillable. But I don't know why, I just feel like Adam players suck ass. To me, this is like one of the easiest supports to kill because they just never press their abilities on cooldown. I just always kill them before they do it because they're just slow. I don't know, it might be just Adam players, but like, I've definitely versed good ones and those motherfuckers are just unkillable in that hero. Like, if they just react to me, like if they know my damage patterns, like for example, if I'm playing like Panther and then they're like just instantly heal after a spear dash, I'm like, okay, I'm sad, I'm just leaving now, you know what I mean? But half of the Adam players are just dumb, so they just suck at this hero. But I still agree that he's probably like low A. Like, I'm not gonna change my placement on that hero. I think that's pretty fine. Panther, still S tier in my opinion. Pretty good hero. He has like a bug after the winter update where shit keeps no-regging, and for that reason he feels really fucking bad to play. But I'm not gonna rate it based off of bugs. I still think this hero is insane. I think he's really fucking strong when people group up, but he has obvious counterplay in the form of like just don't group up, lol. But in higher elos, people have a tendency of like staying together, and there's nothing more free on Panther than like a Luna Mantis that are just grouped up. It's just free dashes, especially if you can line up your dash in a way so you hit one target but not the other, and then you can do 2 dashes. It's really hard to keep up with you. This hero moves so fast and is almost like unhittable. This hero, I think, okay, so my tier list, I put her in C tier. This hero, I don't know, bro. It's been like a whole season. No one has done anything with her. I think this is the worst hero in the game, actually. She's kind of like, I don't know. I just don't see her. I never see her. Like, no one ever selects this hero. She's just bad. Like, I guess she's just that bad. It's just not worth playing her. Never, don't see her in low elo. Don't see her in high elo. All right, Hulk. I was also probably wrong about Hulk. I think he's quite good, but I'm not sure where exactly. It's like either S or A, because he enables like one of the strongest team ups in the game, which is the Iron Man Strange team up. I think that one's like on par with the Punisher Rocket one, but the difference is that both like Strange and Iron Man are really good heroes, right? Like, Iron Man is especially fucking strong. I think probably A. It's a little bit less like, it's not quite like the most insane thing, but he's pretty alright. He definitely, this hero has weaknesses. His ult is really strong. If you know how to use his ult, like I've seen some Hulk players just absolutely dominate on him if they're good with his ult. His ult is like a 2-shot, I'm pretty sure, or something like that. Like, it does a lot of damage with the clap. He becomes ranged in his ult, essentially. S with Iron Man, probably S with Iron Man, but if you don't have an Iron Man, then it's A. So I'm just gonna, you know, I'm gonna put a nice middle, put him in high A tier. I was definitely wrong about him. I rated Hulk too low because we didn't know how strong the Iron Man. Okay, the reason why Hulk was so low in this tier list is this was before bans. If you can ban Hela and Hawkeye and Iron Man kind of gets to play the game, suddenly Hulk is really good because it enables Iron Man to be super strong. Captain America, oh bro, I don't know, where did I put him? In B tier? I don't know, man. I have not seen a single impactful Captain America player. C for Cap, yeah, he can be in C tier. I mean, I don't think he's like the worst. There's definitely some potential, but like, I just think his numbers are too low. He's kind of got the same issue as Storm. Like, his cooldowns are just so high. His charge and his like ground slam are 12 seconds and they do fuck all for damage. The ground slam is so hard to hit. It's like, I don't know. I would like this hero, I would definitely play him if they buffed him, but as things are right now, he's just too, and he has like a bug where he, like, if you sprint and then you tap your shield, if you tap your left click while you have the charges of your shield, like the 4 charges that you throw, you can actually eat your charges and not throw the damage. That bug is like absolutely devastating. It feels terrible on him. So yeah, I don't know. I think this hero is not great. You won't see him in high elo until there's some buffs. Cloak and Dagger, I want to say, like, this hero, they're really fucking strong, but I don't really see them super often in high elo. However, like, whenever I play with KG, I feel like they get like, he gets like really good value on this hero. So I like, if you land a fucking fat, no, people are underestimating how good the wall is. The wall is like a 20% damage amp that blinds. I've seen like KG single-handedly win fights with that ability. Like, they are really fucking good. That hero is super, super good. Is it S tier? I don't know. They have a defensive ult and they have good utility and they're hard to kill. In my opinion, that's like traits of like a really strong fucking S tier hero. And their damage is not that great, but they're unkillable if you're good. Like I would say S or A. Like this hero is strong. This is not a joke. Like I would definitely not. I would put her higher rather than lower. I'll put it in S tier. It's not like pick ban, but it's like I think it's really, really strong support. Strange. I think Strange is probably at the top of S. It's gonna be with Magneto as well. Not quite pick ban, but like a really solid tank. It has a good ult, good at living, good mobility, can contest high ground, good damage. It's just what more do you want from your tank? An impactful ultimate, good at living, and good at dishing out damage. Groot is a weird one. I swear Groot is so underrated, bro. Like Groot has the best tank ult in the game, I think, but no one plays this hero. I wonder if he's just bad in the meta or what, but he has, like, I think he's kind of a map dependent hero. He's so strong on Hydra base where it's not easy to flank him, and like in choke points he's so good because the walls are really annoying. But like I'll base this off of my experience. I personally think this hero is good, but I never see him in ranked ever. Like very rarely, only by one tricks, and even then, I mean, he gets good value sometimes, but oftentimes I see people go something like Wolverine and just completely shut down this hero. Like this hero, I feel like can't play the game into Wolverine. But we'll get to that later. We'll get to Wolverine later. He's the last. I'll save the best for last. I'll talk about him too. We'll talk about Wolverine. Okay. Hawkeye, easy pick ban. Easy pick ban. This hero is overpowered. His numbers are way too high. He does around 400 damage for a headshot. I think I undervalued how, like, okay, technically the things I said last time, like I put him in A tier and I was like, okay, well, you know what? He's like a Hela that can't run away. I essentially saw them as the same power level, but Hela had the added bonus of survivability. That's why she got the S tier and he got A. But it turns out that this hero's stats are so fucking high that it actually just doesn't matter. It literally doesn't matter that he's not as good as running away. If he just hits his shot on your engage, you're going to die. It is 400 damage. It charges in like a millisecond. He actually doesn't even have to fully charge his arrow. It does literally, he only has to charge it to like 30 to one shot 250 health, which happens like pretty much before you even like drew it fully, I think. It is absolutely insane. This hero is disgusting. He's actually even better at Hela if you're not getting than Hela if you're not getting pressured. Like if you're just left alone to just shoot, there's no better hero in the game at carrying games that will just murder your team quicker than Hawkeye. It is ridiculous. He is actually just firing logs that do 400 damage if they hit your head. It is really broken. Very strong hero. Definitely pick ban. Hela, obviously. I'll still rate her a bit higher, I think, just because her kit is so overloaded, bro. This hero is good at everything. She does a ton of damage, really tanky because she can run away like with her shift. Not really tanky, but she's good at living. She's survivable because she can run away essentially. She has a stun if you close the distance, which is really good anti-dive, and her bird is also really good anti-dive. She's hit scan, making her shots really easy to hit. They do high damage. They barely have any fucking drop off, so she's always doing like insane damage no matter where she's shooting you from. Her crits fucking hurt. She two shots squishies with a headshot body shot at closer ranges, and always two shots in the head, I'm pretty sure, except like extreme ranges. And finally, her ult is just disgusting. Her ult, if you cast it like over an objective that people have to touch, it's a guaranteed win. Like she does so much damage. It two shots anything in the game. And I recently found out that she also has wall hacks in her ultimate. I didn't know that. Did you guys know that? She has wall hacks, so she can see you when you're hiding behind a wall. She knows you're fucking there and she is coming for you. She is incredibly overtuned. Definitely, like, just she does everything. Insane damage, survivability, good ult. Literally just disgustingly overpowered. And if you kill her in her ult, so this is how Helas will play with her ult, right? They will all bird in, use their ult. By the way, when they bird, they're unhittable. When they use their ult, they're unhittable. She's immune for some reason while she's casting it, unlike most heroes. And then when they come down from the bird, they instantly, from the ult, they bird again. So they just leave. It is risk-free, and it's, I don't know, I just hate this hero. Fuck her ult. Everything about her. Fuck Hela. Press 1 to fuck Hela. Okay, Iron Oh, bro, this hero. Okay, I'm gonna rate it for high elo. I'm not gonna rate it for low elo. I'm sorry. This hero is fucking trash. Is he worse than Widow? I don't know. I'll put him in C with Captain. He's not like, he can kill you if he outplays you, but it's so easy to just outplay him if you know what he's doing. But if you don't, then he can maybe get a kill. His kit is like super fucking clunky. Okay, this character is so insanely clunky. He has problems in that, like, if you're walking backwards, he never gets to do any damage because he's constantly starting up his lunge. He's going lunge, 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 and it's doing like 15 damage. He does good damage if he can do his like rapid punches when he when he pops to right click, but without them, he's doing no damage. This hero just sucks. And if you want to do good damage, you have to walk in a straight line. Guess what's gonna happen if you walk in a straight line in high elo in someone's face? That's right, you're gonna fucking just get your mouth stuffed with headshots. It's not gonna be fun. This hero is bad. I think he needs help to be good in higher elos. I think he's kind of fun to play, but he's not good. I don't think this hero is good. Sorry, Reddit. Iron Fist is bad. Learn how to play the game. Iron Man. Okay, let me see my tier list. Where did I put Iron Man? I put him in D tier. This is where I undervalued him way too much. This hero is actually pretty good. I'll put him in A tier, I think, next to Hulk. They're kind of like codependent. I find that he's not very good if Hulk is banned, but he's really good if you manage to get him with Hulk. Like, you would only play this hero. That's the cool thing about team ups in this game, is they like enable heroes that would otherwise, like, if I had to rate Iron Man without the team up, I feel like I'd still probably put him in C tier. He's kind of weak. He just isn't really threatening, and he's easy to take out. But if he has that green beam of fucking death that is 240 uninterrupted DPS that can just go on and on and on, and it's 25 meters and is absolutely just shreds tanks. This hero is so lethal with that beam. It is no joke. It goes from like 180 to 240, which is a big difference in damage. It is massive, really huge. I think he's good, but he's only good if these two heroes are banned. Like, if either of these heroes are in the lobby, you cannot play this hero. It's not possible. You will just die every time. Every time you go up, you die. Try to cast your ult, die. Try to do anything, die. GG. Jeff, where would I put Jeff? Definitely not S, but I don't think he's as high as Adam. There's only one person that I've seen in high elo that plays this hero, and I guess he's kind of hard to kill, but I think Jeff's problem, probably B tier. I think Jeff's problem is that his ult is just not really that useful if there isn't a pit near, and then even then in high elo you'll probably just get nuked before you can run off the map where people can aim. Sometimes it's really hard, like especially if you get like the majority of the team and then you didn't eat like a melee hero. Like, what the fuck is that melee hero gonna do? He's just gonna watch you like go off the map. He's like kind of okay, but a lot of the times I find that like whenever Jeffs pop their ult, their team just dies because he does a lot of healing, and then that healing just suddenly disappears. So your tanks are playing super aggro, then you ult and they're like, okay, let me play aggro, and then they just die because they're missing the Jeff healing. I don't know. I don't think this hero is too good. Like, he's really good at just raw healing, but for the same reason as Rocket, like his ult is bad, so I think that makes him sort of bad. It's really important in this meta for supports to have a strong ultimate. Like, that's why Mantis and Luna are so powerful, because they have defensive ults which interrupt, like they pretty much like are the only way to stop some like guaranteed fucking team wipes, like like Psylocke ult or Punisher ult, right? Like, if you don't have defensive ults for these ults, you are just gonna die, right? Loki, this is another character I underrated. He's in C tier. I think, okay, so in my personal opinion, Loki is really strong, but one caveat, all right? I would not pick this hero if you cannot copy a defensive ult. Like, if you're somehow in a game with like, I don't know, like a Jeff, and then the other team has like a Rocket, and I don't know who else doesn't have a defensive ult that's a support, right? Like, there's like a Rocket and a Jeff, right, on both teams, and you're Loki. I think his value goes up significantly if you can copy a Luna. Okay, Mantis ult is also good, but I've played against Lokis that copy Lunas, and it's 24 seconds where you can't do anything. So for that reason, like, I think he has like obviously like a really clear weakness in that like if Luna's banned, his value is significantly lower. It's, as I said, it's not bad if you copy Mantis, but it isn't as good as Luna, right? But I still think I undervalued this hero. I kind of forgot the fact that, you know, I was like, oh well, he doesn't have a defensive ult, but you can just copy the defensive ult though, and now you have a defensive ult. Isn't that great? It's awesome, right? So that's why I think Loki's good. This hero is also probably pick ban. This hero is so strong. She has I've noticed that in ranked, ever since I started banning Luna, my win rate has gone way the fuck up. Like, this hero, typically the Mantis players are damaging, the Luna players are heal botting and keeping everyone up. So I found that like when I started banning Luna, the whole game just kind of became more, everything in the game became more lethal. There's like a lot more kills. Her healing is like probably the best in the game, and she gets her ult insanely quickly. She generates the shit in like 40 seconds if there's like a lot of pressure coming in, and she can keep up with it. Like, she does so much heals. When she activates her shift, she not only does it make her tanky, she also, like, her heals pierce through everyone. They pierce through everyone. So she's got great AoE healing as well. If you want to heal, she's the hero for you. She is so good at healing, and she's actually not that bad at defending herself. She has good utility in the form of like her CC, right? Her CC is pretty good, and obviously the Snowflake can keep shit like flankers up or like double down for more healing on a tank. It's good. She's versatile, really strong, very durable, and she has a good ult, very strong, solid support overall. Mantis is also in pick ban. She's really fucking strong, but I don't know if I'd put her above Luna. I hate playing into this hero. Her sleep is so incredibly annoying. I don't know if you guys know this, but if you hit a sleep on someone, man, this is the best duelist. Yeah. If you hit a sleep on someone, it's a guaranteed kill if you manage to sneak in a shot right as they're getting slept, because you can do a body shot, like you can sleep them, body shot them as they're getting slept, then land 2 more shots in their head, which is easy because they're not moving, and almost guarantee a kill. Even if you don't land the 2 headshots, even if you do all body shots, that's still like a guaranteed 170 damage. You're absolutely going to cripple anything you sleep with this hero. Really strong. Her damage is really good. She can damage boost. She has great utility. She's really fast. 275 health, constantly self-healing, super durable, very hard to kill, and she has a defensive ult. She's very solid. She's a really hard hero to duel. Her DPS is genuinely insane. I think it's like probably pretty close to Hela's and Hawkeye. She's actually probably the third best duelist in the game, as some people are saying in chat. She's really strong, super strong. Magik. Maybe I overrated Magik. I mean, there's like a couple of people in high elo that are really good at this hero, but I find that most Magiks I see, like I'd probably put her low A. She's still like good, but her ult has been like severely gimped to the point where it used to be like a guaranteed like 3 to 4k. Now it's like every time I see a Magik pop ult, they either just die, even though there's no defensive ult, or they get like a kill. Like there's just so much healing in the game that even though she's doing like massive AoE pressure, it still isn't enough because they nerfed her damage to like 120 per spin. It used to be like 150, which would 2-shot anything in the game, any squishing in the game. I'm not sure. Like I want to put her in B, but I think she's like just under Panther in terms of melee duelists. Like she's good. She's under him. She's the second best melee duelist. Like I think Spidey's under, like way under, and I don't even want to talk about Iron. Oh, actually I forgot about Wolverine. Wolverine's pretty good too. He'd be above her, I guess. I don't know. I'll leave her in low A. Like I'll move her from high. I think I put her in high A. I'd probably put her in low A, knowing that her ult is like severely like just gimped. Okay, Magneto. I don't think any of the tanks are quite like pick ban material. I think he's just a solid tank. He's good at living. He does damage. He can provide utility to his team through the shield. His ult acts as like a pseudo defensive ult, which can also be used kind of offensively. Like I've seen a lot of Punishers just fucking die whenever this dude pops his ult, right? They'll just throw the rock. They'll like charge it for 1 second and they'll instantly throw him and then he'll die, right? I think he's good. I mean, he just lives. He lives, he does damage, he has team utility. It's a good hero, good tank. What more do you want from your tank? Moon Knight, this hero, I don't see him ever. I think the problem with this hero is that he just has 250 health and like a massive hitbox. But I don't think he's necessarily super bad. It's just that he loses really hard to Hela. He loses really hard to Hawkeye, and he loses really hard to Psylocke. And unless you can somehow, I don't know, bribe the enemy team into banning like one of the 3 that you didn't, like maybe you'll be able to play him. But I really don't think this hero plays the game into any of those 3 heroes. He just gets hard countered because his hitbox is just massive. I don't know. I don't think this hero is playable into either of those 3. And whenever I'm in high elo, one of those 3 is present. It's very rare for all of them to be banned. But if they are, he would be like probably like A. But nah, I have to rate him I have to compare him to like, you know, these 3, and he just I don't know, loses to those. Namor's annoying. Namor's really annoying. I think this hero is actually super good. Maybe am I gonna be biased because I play melee heroes and this hero shits on me, or I don't know. Like I feel like he has a team up with the meta support. You always want to run Luna, and if you run Luna, the fucking turrets are so annoying. They have like 200 health and they do insane damage. If you have like a shred of aim on this hero, you can absolutely just melt fucking tanks, and the turrets melt anything that isn't a tank, even tanks. I think he's really strong. He's a very consistent DPS if you're hitting, you know, an occasional headshot, because it powers up your turrets, so you have like guaranteed DPS on anything they're hitting. Aim on Namor, yeah, you actually kind of need aim on this hero. Like you can maybe be shit, but if you're not hitting if you're not hitting your headshots, the turrets are like way less effective. I think he's really strong. Like I see him very frequently in high elo. I mean, obviously because he's good into my heroes, but even when I play something like Psylocke, I still feel like he's getting mad value. He's just shredding my tanks. I don't think he's as good as Psylocke, but I think he's like up there for sure. Peni Parker, I never see this hero. There's only one dude that OTPs it in high elo that I've seen, and it doesn't really seem that threatening. I think this hero sucks. Is she Captain America tier? Probably not. Probably B. I don't think she's as bad as Captain America. Like this hero is bad, but Penny's like kind of okay. Maybe under Groot. Maybe like bottom B. She's a niche pick on some defensive maps. I think she's it's kind of hard to rate heroes in this game on a tier list because I feel like her value goes way up if you're against Hulk. Hulk just gets hard countered by this hero because of the way his mobility works. He has to charge his mobility, and this hero can interrupt you and stun you every 2 seconds, and it's kind of a long stun too, so usually you just die if you get like webbed by Penny. I think this hero is like in high elo, nah, you just die. Like I see Strange and Magneto and, and Hulk way more than this hero. Almost never see her. Psylocke. Is Psylocke S or pick ban? I feel like this hero is so fucking strong. Like not quite Hela and Hawkeye level strong because she's like a lot riskier because you need to get close whereas these heroes are you just have like access to like really safe damage. I'll probably put her at the top of S. Like she is super close. She would either be bottom pick ban or like top of S. Like she's really, really strong. But yeah, her ult sort of gets countered by the defensive ults. Like I think Psylocke feels way worse if there's like both Luna and Mantis because your ult is like never getting any value. But if you have what I do usually is I ban one of them and then I find that Psylocke's a lot more playable if you know they only have Mantis and then she uses it for something else and then my ult just shreds them. This hero is really strong, really, really strong. Insane damage to tanks, insane damage to squishies, great burst, super good at assassinating. She can reach off angles super easily with her stealth. She has great mobility, 2 dashes, her attacks refund cooldown. She's just really strong. Super solid DPS. Definitely the 3rd best in the game in my opinion after Hela and Hawkeye. Punisher, where did I put him last time? I think he was like A, right? I never see this hero, but I swear he's not that bad. I think he's like, okay, so he's like a Hela that has counterplay. He's like a balanced Hela. I don't think this hero feels unfair. Everything that he does is really fair. Ever since they nerfed his shotgun to actually be a shotgun and not a pocket sniper that kills me from 20 meters, he's felt a lot more fair to play against. He just has solid, consistent DPS, and he's a diveable character that honestly can't really do much if he doesn't get peeled when people go on him. He has a big hitbox, 275 health, sort of some of the same problems as Moon Knight, and just big hitbox and not enough health. I think he's solid. I'll probably put him in A. Like he's definitely viable. He's strong, and he's a really good ult. Yeah, just a solid DPS. Rocket. I would probably be like, where did I put him last time? Put him in B? Yeah, I'd say I put him right next to Jeff. He has the exact same problems as Jeff in that like he's a heal bot that has a bad ult. That's it. The only good thing about Rocket is his beacon. His beacon is pretty strong. Like if someone gets picked, they can be brought back to the fight immediately. Yeah, that's and I guess he's like his mobility. He's really hard to kill, but that's all he does. He just lives and heals. I think I said that last time. He lives, he heals, and he has a beacon, which is good. But everything else about him is kind of unremarkable. I'd say probably like B tier, right next to, like he has the same issues as Jeff. Like this is why like these other supports are better, is because their ultimates are just more useful. Like for example, Mantis and Luna and Cloak have a defensive ult, which is really strong at countering certain DPS ults, and Loki can clone one of those defensive ults. That's why he's above, right? But these two just kind of, their ults are just bad. I think that's the problem, the biggest problem. Like they're good at healing, but their ults are bad. Scarlet Witch, this hero's terrible. I don't know if she has any purpose. Like maybe she's kind of good at like keeping melee heroes off of your backline, maybe, but even that, like I've had some people try to like run Scarlet Witch into my Spider-Man to peel me off a backline. I just don't care, dude. I actually just don't care. I'm like going in, I'm uppercutting, and I'm fucking leaving, and I'm taking maybe 70 damage. Wow, I'm so scared. I was gonna leave anyway. It's not like I'm staying in, you know. I don't know. She just doesn't have any purpose, and her ult is bad, and her utility is also kind of bad. The area denial is not that great. I don't know. I think she sucks. Probably the worst hero in the game, next to Widow. Spider-Man. Where did I put this hero? Last time I put Spider-Man in A tier, I was like, oh, Necros, you're downplaying your main. You're downplaying your main. Actually, Spider-Man is overpowered. There's no way you're serious. In my silver game, the Spider-Mans are dominating. How many Spider-Mans do you know in One Above All, bro? There's almost none of them. I can name them on one hand. It's Luke the Ninja and me. And you guys know how it went when we met. Luke the Ninja, the emote. You guys remember. Of course you do. Of course you do.
Come with me, see me.
40 bomb! Alright, Luke's been talking so much shit today. He has this coming. Okay, so here we go. Alright, he spots me. He gets really excited. He's like, I have to kill Necros. I have to kill Necros. Completely f***s up like an idiot. Okay, he's crawling on the wall. He's walking. Oh. Nah, there's no way you just did that. There's no way you just did that, Luke the Ninja. Every time you talk, I will bring this up. I hope you know. Every time you talk, I will remind you that you fell off the map, brother. Every single time you're against me or with me, I will remind you of this moment. This fucking mic? What do you mean? This mic goes hard. Yeah, there's literally like only one other dude that plays him. And I don't know, this hero is so risky. His damage is inconsistent. He doesn't have a true one-shot, and a lot of his value hinges on one-shotting someone, and he can't do that. If you engage at the wrong time, you instantly die. You frequently run out of resources, and without them, you are useless, because if you don't have right clicks, you're doing no damage. If you don't have web swings, you are dead as If you don't have uppercuts, you can't also do. I don't know. He needs more. I think the buff that I would give him is I would give him like a little bit more resources. I like listen. I can talk about this hero because I play him a lot. The problem is he just runs out of resources. That's it. And without resources, he's dead or doing no damage. He needs slightly faster recharging web swings or more right clicks. I don't think it would be overpowered to give him like faster right clicks or faster charging right clicks or even more of them or faster web swings. He runs out of resources and it feels really bad. Panther sort of like Panther and Magik, the other two melee heroes, don't really have this problem because Panther's waiting only 8 seconds, Magic's waiting only 12 for like, let's say if you want both portals, right? Spider-Man has to wait 18 seconds to engage. Can you imagine just sitting there for 18 seconds and just being a drain on your team? Meanwhile, in a ranged character's downtime or like other melees, they have to wait way less. Or I mean, ranged characters just always just shoot. They have infinite uptime. They're just constantly shooting their gun, right? Melee heroes just kind of wander around. They play Minecraft. They explore the map. And Spider-Man takes way too long in doing that. I think that's the problem with this hero. He's, as I said, like too risky, too inconsistent, and just too squishy. I'll probably put him worst hero in the game, buff Spider-Man. I'm kidding. Probably like B tier. I mean, I've definitely had some good games where I kill people, but if you guys watch my streams, you know I have to frequently swap off of him, and I hate that because a lot of the times I'll have to frequently swap off in situations where I think are good for him, but he's not even good in situations which should be good for him, which is like when people have like a lot of immobile squishies, like for example Hawkeye or like these two supports. They don't have mobility. Spider-Man should technically be good against him, but he's not. He can't kill them. He doesn't have enough damage. Okay, Spider-Man rant's over. I wanted to get it out of the way. I'm sorry, chat. I don't think this hero is too strong, and he probably needs a little bit of help. Like not a lot. I don't think they should touch his damage. I just think he needs more resources. That's it. That's my suggested buff. Make him have more resources. That's it. Anyway, Spider-Man rant over. Squirrel Girl, I put her in A tier. I think I was wrong. I was definitely wrong about this hero. Like her damage is good. Nah, she's definitely not Captain America and Iron Fist here. Come on, no. I'm gonna put her like, I see her like kind of like Spider-Man. Maybe like close. Him a bit above, I guess. Like the problem is that her ult is just fucking terrible. Like her damage feels really nice. Like her gun feels so good to use, okay? But the problem is that her ult is just bad. The ult is just not good, dude. The squirrels do nothing. They'll just bump into walls. They'll never like, they'll jump off of fucking maps. They wander around. They'll bump on a wall and then go to the enemy spawn or some shit and do nothing. They'll just bounce on a wall there for like 5 seconds and then leave the map. It's just useless. It's the most useless. I think she might have the worst ult in the game. Like it actually, like at least for example Scarlet Witch, you sort of have to respect its existence because she will kill you in 3 seconds. It's very easy to do something about her in 3 seconds, but at least she has an ult. At least you kind of have to respect it, you know? This ult's just do nothing. It's like, okay, it's just out there. It's maybe we'll hit one guy and do like 100 damage. Wow, big deal. Who cares? Then it's gonna bounce on a wall and then wander off somewhere and do nothing for the next couple of seconds. It's just bad. This hero, okay, Star-Lord, I think I rated him where I put him in B tier. I think this hero is pretty good actually. I changed my mind about him. I think that he's at least high A because his ult is really strong, and the reason I rated him so low last time is maybe even higher. Yeah, anyway, let me explain. The reason why I rated him lower last time is because I also just think he's unplayable into Psylocke and he's unplayable into fucking Hela and unplayable into Hawkeye. These heroes just delete you. You can't ever do damage because you're just eating 100 damage bullets or one-shot headshots from either of them respectively. But if those heroes are banned, I actually think he becomes a pretty good pick. I actually think he's really solid. He's really good at like pressuring tanks. He's kind of like slightly worse version of Psylocke in my opinion, with a better ult. Like Psylocke's a lot better at killing squishies and pressuring tanks, whereas Star-Lord just has a better ultimate, right? I think he's pretty good. If you ban these two heroes, then he can play the game. His ult is solid. Like if you don't have a defensive ult, it probably just like wipes your team. I've seen it happen a lot of times where he's gonna yell legendary and then my backline just fucking explodes. Like it's really strong, but I don't know if I'd put him higher than A. What do you guys think? I'm actually just unsure about this. I'd say like probably like, do you guys agree with this placement? Top of A? Yeah, below Namor. I'll put him top of A. I think Namor's more consistent. I think I like this. Storm, baby, Storm. Okay, Storm is, bro, I don't know. I just played her. Okay, I just played her. I'm playing her a little bit in this silly solo queue only account that I'm playing. You guys have witnessed me play her. I just think this hero does way too little damage, and the team utility that she provides is not really that great. I don't know if she's as useless as these two, but like, what do you guys think? I think like C. I think I'm actually pretty like okay with like I would say like yeah, she's definitely around the same power level as these three heroes. Like C or D. Definitely not higher though. Can't be higher than that. Like her ult is good, but her neutral is just so abysmal. Like she does literally, okay, so let me try to explain to you guys how she works. She does 50 damage that after 20 meters drops down to 25. Do you guys know how pathetic 20 meters is? Like, for reference, a Panther dash is 15. So roughly outside of the range of a Panther dash, you're doing fucking 20 damage per bullet. Do you know how much damage Hela is doing at 20 meters? That's right. Fucking full damage, 80. So good luck. You actually have to get into her face and you're gonna just get double dinged. You're just gonna be sad. Like if there's a Hawkeye on the map, you can't play the game. If there is a Punisher in the map, can't play the game. There's so many heroes that just shut this hero down, and I don't know, she's just too weak. She's sort of like, it exists in an interesting spot where she's supposed to be like a duelist that has some sort of like C if you press C. Shut up. She's some interesting utility. She's like a duelist that has interesting utility for a team. I really like her design. I think she's okay. Everything about her is okay, except her numbers are just too low. Like if they just buffed her numbers. Wait, what's KG the Storm expert saying about it? We're 3 Storm players in total now. Yeah, as of like today, I'm also part of Storm Nation. There is now 3 of us. Awesome. I don't know. I'm torn. I think this hero has potential, but yeah, I would either put her at the top of D or at the bottom of C. Yeah, I mean, I don't disagree with it. I think she's really weak. She definitely, like, she's a top candidate for buffs for sure. Like, I don't think I put her in C tier. At least Iron Fist can fist low elo players. Storm is just bad no matter where you put her, I think. Thor. So the reason I rated Thor, like I think I actually put him in where did I put him in B tier? The reason I put him in B tier is that in the first week of the game, it was sort of like shaping up to be a solo tank triple DPS meta. That's the thing I saw the most, and I operated under the idea of like, oh, if you're gonna be solo tanking, do you really want a Thor as your solo tank? Probably not. That hero is just gonna die if you're alone, right? But if he has another tank to bounce off of, I think he's quite good. I would put him probably right next to Hulk. Like I actually think they're on the same power level. He's really, really strong if you're hitting your shots. He's one of the only tanks that sort of feels like extremely lethal. He feels really lethal, especially with his F thingy up, and he's actually relatively durable if you just spam the ever-living shit out of shift. I think he's pretty strong. Like this year is definitely like, I underrated him. He's not B tier. I think he's definitely like mid A. What do you guys think? Yeah, his F is really fucking strong. It's really, really like insane pressure. I don't think he's as good as like Magneto and Strange, but probably 4th best tank in the game. Venom, they're best buddies. I have to put them right next to each other, right? This hero needs buffs, man. He feels so terrible. Like he is literally punching bag. He's actually just a
Happy New Year,
go in and let everyone just beat the shit out of him. It's so unfun to just be hit by like 20 million CC, and half of the time you can't even leave. Like you just climb a wall, you dive in, you take a quadrillion damage, probably kill no one, get slept before you're about to leave, and then die. That's sort of your fucking gameplay loop on Venom. I think he's just way too weak, and he's actually part of the reason why I think Spider-Man kind of sucks as well. Like he's just like a little bit too weak, and so these heroes they have really good synergy outside of the team up. They work really well together because Venom can like go in and create space for Spider-Man to go in. But since Venom is also kind of bad, that also like doubly makes Spider-Man worse, because if you try to engage solo as Spidey, you just die. In general, I think the dive tanks, the 2 dive tanks, Venom and Captain America, are like the worst in the game, and that makes me really sad. I hope in season 1 we see some buffs for dive, because I think it's so fucking fun. They move so fast and they're just so fun. I think dive is always the most fun meta to watch. It's way more fun than like watching static heroes just fling fucking poke at each other until they get an ult and then they team wipe. I don't know, it's boring. I think Venom's weak. I put him right next to Spider-Man. The stats also kind of reflected on websites. He's really like, Venom is really popular and he has a low win rate, which is not great, obviously. He's popular and dog shit. Needs buffs, I think. Bucky, this hero, maybe I overrated him. I would put him a bit lower. Like I put him in S tier because I was like, yeah, this hero's fucking OP, man. You just go again. But I didn't realize that he was mega nerfed. A for again. He was nerfed really hard in the sense that like he lost so much of his damage at range, and he just simply cannot. Like I never go Bucky. If I see a Hawkeye or a Hela in the game, I never go Bucky. And even if they aren't, his ult sounds really good, but most of the time, like it's very counterable, right? Like you can block it with a shield, you can block it with defensive ults. Means he's not gonna get a reset. Although it's pretty good value to trade this for a defensive ult, but you just never really get to use it to its full potential. I barely ever play him. I have like a 55% win rate on Bucky, which is by far my lowest. I have like around like 65 on Spiderman and like 60 on Psylocke, I think. But it's only 55 on Bucky. Like, it feels nice, but as I said, the problem is you have to, like, he's basically a close range hero, and that kind of makes him risky, right? You need to be playing in your hook range most of the time, or you're not really effective. Like, he actually does like fuck all for damage outside the hook range, but he's fun to play. Okay, here we go. Oh, whoops, my hand slipped. Wolverine. Okay. All right. I was wrong about this hero. All right, I was wrong. Listen. This hero is... Where would I put him? I'd probably put him low S. I think he is really fucking good into these two particular heroes. Like, everyone likes to play double shield, and this hero is so fucking good at just snatching one of these immobile pieces of shit and bringing them into your backline. He will instantly fucking... almost always get a fucking kill off of a tackle on a tank. He is really fucking strong. How do I word this? I was wrong. I'm sorry. I was wrong. Low gang, I apologize. Genuinely, I apologize.
Bro said, nah, I'd win, but I specifically remember team captain clapping your cheeks. What about when I clapped his cheeks? Do you think that's gonna be uploaded to a YouTube video? Of course not. The truth is, we clap each other's cheeks a lot. I don't know, you can think of that what you want, okay?
This hero is good. I'm sorry. I always thought that his ult was pretty good, but a lot of people don't actually know that this hero does percentage damage, which means that his playstyle is extremely one-dimensional. If you go for squishies on this hero, you're probably going to get 0 value. I would only pick him if the problems are the enemy tanks. I often find that like when I pick Wolverine and they have like really cracked out DPS, but like kind of shitty tanks, like I'm tackling their tanks on cooldown, they're dying. Their score lines are like 10 and 15 or something, but their DPS are like 40 and 5, and I still lose the game. It kind of doesn't, like, he feels good at like shutting down good tank players, but otherwise I'm questioning how strong he is, because if you tackle a DPS, most of the time they're just gonna run away or you're gonna die. You're gonna tackle them and they're gonna kill you. Like, how the fuck does that make sense? I think they should normalize his DPS and make him perhaps do like a little bit more damage to DPS, but lower his damage to tanks. Just like, you know, normalize it so it's like he isn't only ever going for tanks. You know what's the closest thing that he reminds me of? Like, he's obviously like a really fucking cool character in the lore, the comics, whatever, but his playstyle is literally MAGA, bro. Like, you guys understand that this hero is literally MAGA. He's genuinely MAGA. All he does is go for tanks. That's all he does. It's so boring. You guys remember MAGA metas where all you ever do is you shoot the enemy tank? That's what Wolverine does. He only goes for the tank. I don't know if that's... I just don't think that's really great game design. But it's funny. It's funny. I think it's endless entertainment. Like, I would hate playing tank into this motherfucker, but it's just endless entertainment because I know, like, the entertainment comes from the fact that you know the enemy tanks are fucking mad. That's like the best form of entertainment. You know they're fucking getting pissed off every time you tackle them. You just know they're just mad, bro. It's funny for that reason. Also, I love tackling people off the map. This hero is pretty fucking strong, and I was wrong. But I partially blame that on it not being explained in the game that he has percentage damage.
Sticky.
Otherwise, it would be pretty obvious what you want to go for. I think that probably needs to be like clarified. I think he's strong. Yeah, I think that pretty much marks the end of it. Here's the other tier list, and here's the current one. This is my updated tier list for season 0, the ultimate season 0. 100% facts, 0 doubt that this is exactly what the strongest heroes are. My tier list is 100% objectively correct, and I'm never wrong, except this one time where I was wrong, but now I'm never
Gonna
wrong.
get sticky.
100% this is true. This is real. I think that's it. I also think Reeves is gonna have a lot of fun cutting down 40 minutes of me yapping into a video. So what do you guys think? Do you guys agree? Or do you guys think something is wrong?